I'm Rach.
And I'm Soph.
And we are Arcade. We're community producers based in Scarborough and Bridlington.
And we are the producers behind the Scarborough Stories project. It was actually one of the first projects that we dreamt up when we first started Arcade 2 years ago, pre-pandemic. It was a chance for us to go and meet everyone in our community and say, hi, we're here. What are the things that you care about? What are your stories? And come and make a show with us.
We began in the summer of 2021 with a workshop led by the brilliant Evie Manning of Commonwealth Theatre.
Evie helped us to delve into what themes and stories were important for our community, and then we were able to shape the rest of the project around those things. Next, we commissioned 7 brilliant local artists to run workshops exploring storytelling through different art forms: textiles, poetry, film, photography and spoken word.
We went to all the places that people like to hang out: community centres, the library, school, and ran about 51 workshops with over 200 people.
I got involved with Scarborough Stories because Sophie asked me to lead a workshop. She told me about the project and I'd had a little look at it. She invited me along to the very first workshop with Evie Manning. It was amazing and it was so lovely and inspirational. I was really flattered when Sophie asked me to deliver a workshop around songwriting, and I was so pleased to do that. And a couple of weeks later, Sophie kind of just said, Rebecca, could we just have a chat about developing your role within the project? And so we chatted about it and I agreed to take on the role as director. And yeah, that was the beginning really. It became about listening to people in a really authentic way, making sure we really heard what they said, caring about their stories, reflecting their stories back to them, revealing them. And oh, it was so lovely working with people who, you know, go through all the same experiences. They all went through this cycle of, okay, I'll do it, to, oh, I don't think I should do it, to, really, you really want me to do it? I'll tell you a little bit more. And so there was a tipping point in the process where suddenly everybody had a story. And that was the bit for them in sometimes challenging in an emotional way, but once they realised they had their story, the next part of the project, which was developing them as performers, was easy because all the concern had been around, can I really tell this story? And once we'd all bonded over that shared fear of this space, everybody stepped up into that performance space so brilliantly. It was just a joy.
Having a space like this is so important. It's the first time I'm able to be me, or well, authentically me, as a lot of the taglines for the stories are at the moment. But that has never been truer, and this is the most I am ever me outside of my house. And at school, I ain't me. But here, I am the true version of me. It's been amazing. I've went from no confidence and barely any friends to now having really good friends, and my confidence is through the roof. I am singing after years of not singing, and it's just been awesome.
My process creatively has changed a bit because most of the time when I've been working on creative projects, they've always been solo, and as much as I am doing a performance about my story and I'm the one doing it, it's very much been a group effort, I guess. So everything has been collaborative and everything has been interwoven with other people, and we've had a lot of really helpful constructive criticism, a lot of support, it's just been a really nice place to be experimental with my creativity.
I'm just proud that I did it, because to be honest, when I first walked into the workshop, I walked in thinking, what the hell have I just joined? Because he wanted me to sing. But when I left after the first night, I couldn't wait to get back. And each week has just been better and better, and I just love being a part of it, meeting people, listening to the stories. My husband's been here and he's been listening to people's stories, which has helped him understand Matthew's story a bit better himself, so he's become a bit protective of him since the stories. It has touched so many people involved, but I've also had people coming up to me since the performing, saying how amazing that the stories were and how emotional they were, and telling me that they've had the same situations going on, not just my story, other people's stories that they've heard.
The night began at Steve and Joseph Theatre. Audiences were broken into small groups and each given their own very special guide, who took them around the town centre, taking them to see 4 storytellers. They then all came together outside Poundland, where they were welcomed by the Whitby Community Choir to enjoy an amazing community sing moment.
Audiences then marched and sang their way back to the theatre for a finale with a joyous buzz.
Being able to bring people who would never have normally engaged in this type of event, would never have thought that theatre was for them, and to have had those barriers broken down, to make it feel like their story was worthwhile, to make it feel like they had something to say. Not only did they have something to say, but they had the skills and the ability and the power and the passion to actually say it out loud in front of other people. The standard of the work didn't suffer because of this. The authenticity added the fact that we were having real people tell their stories, and what the professionals were doing were being there to just support them and to then help iterate and grow and polish a performance that was there from the beginning. These weren't created stories, these were lived experiences delivered by the people who actually lived them, and that's what spoke to our audiences.
Audiences said that they were really moved by the stories told by real people.
We're so proud of everybody that came together to make Scarborough Stories possible. It was a real community endeavour, a co-created show celebrating everyone's uniqueness and the specialness of our town. And the stories live on. You can listen to them at home on our website.